Two slick silver tracks, both come in, both run back through hollowed out space in this mountain. Big iron horse hauls him away. I wait right here long as it takes. Every passing minute I'll be counting. To that southern railroad steam brings my baby back to me. Boxcars rattle ridges and blow blackberry bushes. Rhythm of the rails are warning me that mountain moans. He's a coming home. Back down here to Bristol, Tennessee. That southern railroad steam brought my baby back to me. I said the southern railroad steam brought my baby back to me.
My name is Jacob Edgar. I'm an explorer, but I don't search for lost cities or ancient ruins. I'm on the quest for a different kind of treasure, music.
Derrière les montagnes loin des charmes de l'Espagne, je retrouverai Cochabamba. Je verrai les femmes et les enfants lutter qui mendient.
As an ethnomusicologist and world music record producer, I travel the globe hunting for the best songs the world has to offer. And I suffer through some of the worst, so you don't have to. I've got a backstage pass to the world's music, and I won't stop until I've heard it all. The state of Tennessee is home to incredible musical diversity that has deeply influenced the popular soundscape of America and the world.
Well, I got fair weather on my mind, just like the things I left behind.
Driving from east to west across Tennessee is like traveling through a living panorama of American music history. From the old-time folk music and bluegrass of the Appalachian Mountain region to the commercial country powerhouse of Nashville to the blues, rock and roll, soul, and hip-hop of Memphis. It's no wonder the interstate that crosses Tennessee is often referred to as the Music Highway. I start my journey in Bristol, a quaint city in the northeastern corner of Tennessee that many call the birthplace of country music. That's because of the famous Bristol Sessions of 1927, a multi-day recording session that was one of the first to expose the sounds of Appalachian folk music to a wide national audience. In the summer of 1927, record producer Ralph Peer brought a mobile recording studio to Bristol and offered musicians $50 to come and record. 19 different ensembles answered the call, including soon-to-be superstars Jimmie Rodgers and the Carter Family, and the sessions have gone down in history as the Big Bang of country music.
We're taking the old road back to the old place. We're taking our time now. We're making time to take.
The last surviving participant of these legendary sessions is Bristol native Georgia Warren, now 96 years young. I meet Ms. Warren at her home to hear her stories about that day. Little did she know at the time, the two short songs she sang would become part of one of the most impactful recording sessions in American music. How old were you when the Bristol
12 years
sessions?
old.
You're 12 years old. Can I get the record and take a look at it?
Yeah.
So what we have here is the original 78. You have At the River and Standing on the Promises. And this is from the 1920s, this record?
Yeah.
Do you ever play it? Do you ever play this record?
I had a Victrola and I gave it to one of my grandsons. But I haven't heard that record in a long time.
I bet. So I'm gonna play this song on a newfangled CD player, all right? So we can hear At the River as you recorded it in 1927.
still remember your part too. You're singing your actual part of the song.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for letting me come and visit
Yeah.
you today. Really a pleasure.
Musicians from throughout the Appalachian region often pass through Bristol. One of the artists I come across is Megan Jean and the KFB, a nomadic duet that spends most of the year on the road, often living out of their car and performing foot-stomping sounds that makes for a unique and colorful musical mashup.
These bones, so far from home. Mister, can you tell me the reason why I roam? These bones, so far from home.
How is it that you find yourselves here?
Basically, it's just very easy to play music in this region because people listen to you.
People down here love music so intensely. If they're into your band, they tell their friends, they tell their families, they bring out their grandmas, and you see grandma tapping a toe.
I said you postcards from the afterlife. I send them postmarks from hell. I said you postcards from the afterlife. Damnation, degradation, the apple fell.
For a band like this, where Appalachian music and folk music and rockabilly and country and Latin music and gypsy music and all kind of smushed into one, because we have genre ADD, we just can't stick to it all, but it kind of the unifiers the instruments.
These bones, so far from home. Mister, can you tell me the reason why I roam? These bones, so far from home. Mister, can you tell me will I be buried alone? I send you postcards from the afterlife. Damnation, degradation, the apple fell. Damnation, degradation, the apple fell.
1, 2, 3. Bonnie said, son, it's time to go home. It's 3 in the morning and I'm closing the door.
The city of Bristol has embraced its musical heritage and hosts numerous concerts and events throughout the year, including the Bristol Rhythm and Roots Reunion, a festival that takes place every September and features dozens of big names and rising stars from the country and roots music scene. During the summer, Bristol hosts a weekly concert series that takes place downtown in front of a large mural that commemorates the city's country music history.
I'm heading to the Border Bash, a summer concert series here in Bristol, Tennessee. Or maybe it's Bristol, Virginia. I can't really tell because the dividing line between the two states is right here in the middle of the street. I'm in Tennessee. No, I'm in Virginia. Tennessee, Virginia, Tennessee.
3 in the morning and I'm going home.
Performing the night I'm in town is the Black Lilies. The leader of the group is Cruz Contreras.
How would you describe the music that you do?
Well, the Americana labels come in handy.
Americana,
I
mean,
feel like
what is Americana?
I think present-day Americana really embodies a lot of what made rock and roll and country and alt country important and powerful back in the late 60s. It's evolving, and it does leave room for something new always. And I think that's something we try to do with this band, is like 1 foot in the past, but 2 feet in the future.
So you're gonna play Little Darlings.
Yeah, it's a duet Trish and I do together. Almost like a June and Johnny back and forth.
Hey, little darling, show your face to me. I'll do your bidding. Would you belong to me? Would you belong to me?
Who has better moonshine, Virginia or Tennessee?
Tennessee, no doubt about it.
I think you're a little biased.
I am biased.
Bristol is known for more than music. It's also home to one of the most famous NASCAR racing tracks in the country, the Bristol Motor Speedway. I'm about to take a ride around the track in a pace car.
How fast does a car normally go when they're doing a race here?
During a NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race, they're going to go about averaging 125 miles an hour.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because this is actually a much smaller track than a lot of racetracks,
They're
right?
just over a half-mile speedway.
I forgot to tell you, I don't have a driver's license. I think not eating lunch was the wisest thing I did today. I'm really tempted to do a donut or burn rubber or something. I'll resist. I played plenty of car video games, but there's nothing like the real experience of going around a bank at high speed and seeing the stands extending above you. That was awesome.
Hey, y'all, welcome. Welcome to the Blue Plate Special. Here we are in beautiful downtown Knoxville, Tennessee, right here on the corner of Gay Street and Summit Hill Drive. Today, we are being joined by the Music Voyager. Jacob Edgar is here with us. Make him feel welcome.
Thank you. The host of the show is Red Hickey, a colorful personality who invites me to join her on the show.
Well, Jacob, have you ever seen anything like the Blue Plate Special?
No, this is very unique. It's a combination cafe, visitor center, live performance, and radio station. It's amazing, a really unique place.
Well, Mary, oh Mary, how many times I call. No, I don't want anything but to know you're there, that's all.
Appearing that day on the Blue Plate Special are local musicians Scott Miller and R.B. Morris.
Oh, lost John brought a jug, he set it on a rug. We learned a moonshine tune distillery, don't touch my stick.
After their sets, Scott and R.B. take me on a tour of Knoxville.
Distillery, don't touch my...
You are in Market Square, Knoxville, Tennessee.
All right, this is right downtown.
Right.
It's beautiful. I love the old buildings here. And I like, too, how the businesses here, most of them are local businesses.
Right.
You know, it has a real nice local flavor to it. Is there any kind of musical point of interest in this part
It's
of it?
all music.
It's all music, everywhere you go.
Well, I'm out on the dance floor, have a good time dancing with the girl who is not mine. Her beau gets mad, and we shake hands and leave that bar's only best friends can. Ciderville, 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 Saturday night. Ciderville, 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 Saturday night. Knoxville's a small town, so we want to take you to every place we know somebody.
This is a cool place.
This is Yeehaw. This is hand printed, like hat show prints.
Posters and all that
shirts
old
and
stuff.
all that stuff they do here. World famous Yeehaw. Sneak out to the car and smoke a little wood, makes the band sound better and the girls look good. Just 2 sips from a Fort Marks jar keeps the bass sound round and the banjo sharp. Ciderville, 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 Saturday night. Ciderville, Ciderville, Ciderville.
Wow, I hadn't seen that in years. Here you go, with the naked women. Got a lot of mileage out of that head.
I like this quote. This is an R.B. Morris quote here. Knoxville, Tennessee, the Bermuda Triangle of the Appalachians. How did you come up with that one?
This is the last place Rachmaninoff was seen alive, disappeared after he performed here. When we go down the street, you'll see Hank Williams, where the Andrew Johnson Hotel spent his last night here.
And Bob Dylan played a show here where a huge light fell and crashed on the stage right beside him. That could have been the end of him, and the curse would have really been in place then.
So should I be worried? Should
I think so.
Our careers have not really gone anywhere.
Well, Knoxville's got a wonderful history. I mean, it's a rich history, goes way back. I think they were always playing music here. And Chet Atkins, Roy Acuff, all those folks, Homer and Jethro, the Everly Brothers, just think how rich that is. And Dolly Parton, she counts for 2 people.
I got an ABC store on the other side and a solid bucket.
R.B. Morris, tell me about our friend Scott here.
He comes from the great Commonwealth of Virginia, just like I was saying earlier, the Bermuda Triangle of the Appalachians.
Yes.
He's the greatest example.
He got sucked in the cyclone.
He came down here, and it was to our great fortune. Started playing here, just built his way straight up from here to being a national, international star. One of the greatest songwriters and players to ever come around anywhere.
I want to take my boots off, leave them in the snow. I'm gonna tip that bottle, there ain't no more. my troubles forevermore.
Scott, tell me a little bit about R.B. Morris and who he is.
Easy. Poet laureate of East Tennessee. Knoxville born and bred. This guy, founder of a lot of this scene in this town, raised me from a pup. And everything that I started here taught me a lot of what I've learned in East Tennessee as far as dirt. Guys like R.B., they showed me how to do it.
One group that traveled to Tennessee all the way from New Brunswick, Canada, in search of their dream to become the next big stars of Appalachian music are the bluegrass band, The Roys.
Well, his morning starts before the sun's out, and he's lucky if he sees it rise, 'cause that deep, dark holler that he goes down to earn a dollar is dark as night. Yeah, he's a cold-minded man, just like his dad and his dad before him.
Siblings Lee and Elaine Roy grew up listening to Appalachian music, and they represent the wide reach of the style.
You didn't grow up in Tennessee, now did you?
No.
No.
We were born in the mecca of music, as I say, Fitchburg, Massachusetts. And really that's where our music took a hold of us. Grandma would play fiddle and aunts and uncles would play guitar and sing. And so we were always around the music, and it was bluegrass and traditional country music.
So that cold man takes out his frustrations with a stick of good old dynamite.
The Appalachian Mountain music, the realism of the music up there is phenomenal. That's the beauty of music. I think when it's so polished,
Right.
it's not really real. And to hear it just in its raw form and, hear somebody just really singing something they really believe in, it's pretty amazing. And there's, second to none in the Appalachians for sure.
His lungs are black, that coal-mining man.
You can tell that music is a part of the fabric of life here in Tennessee, when even the ever-present Cracker Barrel restaurants have their own country music record label.
And this guy, Jason Michael Carroll, apparently he was a singing waiter in the Cracker Barrel stores and was discovered and signed to the Cracker Barrel label, so it's pretty cool.
I leave Knoxville and head southwest to Chattanooga, driving past the rolling green hillsides of the Appalachian Mountains. Appalachian music traces its history back to English, Irish, and Scottish immigrants that first began settling here in the 1700s. They brought with them their folk songs, reels, and ballads, some of which remain a part of the standard country music repertoire to this day.
I'm in Chattanooga, Tennessee's fourth largest city. I'm crossing the Tennessee River on the Walnut Street Bridge. This city has been revitalized. They call it the Renaissance City because it used to have a lot of industrial damage and pollution. And over the last 25 years, they've brought in incredible architects. They've created one of the most livable cities in America. A lot of celebrities come from here. Samuel Jackson, Megan Fox, as well as musicians like Usher and American Idol runner-up Lauren Elena.
The city's official nickname is the Scenic City, and there's no better place to catch the view than at Rock City, one of Chattanooga's most popular attractions.
I went to see my Betsy and boy, she's strutting proud. She lives out on the mountain, they smoke behind the clouds. Hey, ho, pretty little girl, all dressed up so fine. I took her to Chattanooga and the preacher made a mine.
Rock City is also a great place to catch a performance by the new Binkley Brothers.
My name is Matt Downer.
Clark Williams.
I'm Daniel Binkley.
Knoxville is a pretty place and Memphis is a beauty. If you want to see some big old girls, hop to Chattanooga. Hey ho, my pretty little girl, all dressed up so fine. I took her to Chattanooga and the preacher made a mine.
So how would you describe the kind of music that you do? What would you call it?
I call it old-time string band music. Probably best documented in the mid to late 20s when string bands, a lot of Atlanta, Bristol, Nashville had recording sessions. But a lot of people confuse it with the bluegrass music, but bluegrass music really came around later in the 40s.
Yes,
and this would be
outgrowth of it.
Right.
Really.
This would be some of the early American music, probably brought over by the Scots, Irish, even African.
When you were singing, it was loud. It was like you can imagine that you were singing that in an unamplified space, which is probably why you had that style.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You guys have kind of ruined my stereotype a little bit. I picture old-time music being played by really old guys, maybe half their teeth are missing, you know. But you're young and, you know, it doesn't seem like the kind of music I would expect you to be playing. What is it about this music that makes you gravitate towards it?
Music served a different purpose back then. And I think that's kind of the purpose it serves for us, like having fun and just getting together and playing and having good, you know.
Another fixture on the Chattanooga music scene is hammer dulcimer virtuoso Dan Landrum. When he's not performing at Ross's Landing in front of the famed Tennessee Aquarium, Landrum is touring the world with New Age music star Yanni. And tell me more about the instrument that you play, the hammer dulcimer.
It's a primitive instrument in that it's something that you strike, so it's related to drums.
Now tell me about the kind of music you play, specifically the song you played today.
Remember when you were a kid and windows
Vaguely.
rolled down all the way and you could put your arm out of the window and it's instantly an airplane?
Yeah, I still do that.
Yeah, me too. That's sort of what that's about. It's like, it's just kind of a driving, moving song.
Now, one thing I have to ask you about, because it's something that people are going to be able to connect to, is Yanni.
Yes,
Because
I know him.
you actually toured and performed with
Right.
Yanni.
I've done 6 tours with him so far.
How did that come about? How did the connection
I was
with Yanni?
street performing out here.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was right back over there. And a guy walked up and he's watched for a while and he bought a CD and he came back and said, look, I just got to tell you, I work for this guy Yanni. Do you know him? And I'm like, yeah, I make jokes about him all the time. And
That's a good job interview, right?
yeah,
there.
it was bad.
Oh,
I
yeah.
shouldn't have done that. And so he bought a CD and he sent it down to Yanni and they called me for an audition and I got the gig.
I know your road's been hard and your heart's been strained, but Abilene, I know you're more than just a name.
If you like free live music, summer in Chattanooga is a great place to be. Here along the banks of the Tennessee River, they have the River Bend Festival, which is a massive festival. They set up a main stage out in the river on a barge. And then the rest of the summer, they have Riverfront Nights, which is where I am tonight. Tonight they have a country band from Brooklyn, of all places, Yarn, and they've invited Dan Landrum, the dulcimer player I met earlier today, to join them. And it was really cool to see the hammered dulcimer in that context.
Pull you out, lift you up, but you take a bow, just like a dream, at least for me, Abilene.
I began my Tennessee journey in Bristol, where country music traces its roots, and passed through Knoxville and Chattanooga, following the route taken by so many musicians in the past. Now that I've learned where country music was born, it's time to immerse myself in Nashville, the music city, and discover what happened when country grew up and spread its wings.
An angel without the best of company. Pull you out, lift you up, you take a bow, just like a tree. At least for me, Abilene. Abilene.